This right here is the easiest iron farm in Minecraft, giving you 400 iron ingots per hour. And the best thing, it's so simple you can literally build it on your first day. You don't need a zombie, you don't need a name tag, and you don't need any redstone. Just these basic blocks here. Let's check it out. Now, first of all, we need to make sure that we build it in the right position. For the build itself, we need around about a 20 by 20 blocks area, so it's not too crazy. But very, very important, do not build this near to any villages. Ideally, you want to keep at least a 50-ish block distance to the next village. For the build itself, we start out by preparing a 5 by 5 block area on the ground. Around those blocks, you then want to build walls, which have to be 4 blocks high, and you can also already put a roof on it if you want, but for that, please use normal blocks like I do here, and no slabs just yet. However though, keep a little entrance open for the time being. Up next, we take a shovel and use the right-click function to turn the grass into path. With this path, we want to go out 8 blocks in every direction from the farm, and then turn that entire area into path blocks. This way, we make sure that no iron golem can spawn outside the farm. Now, the top platform of the farm, we now want to wall that in, but not with normal blocks, but instead with walls like I show right here. These walls need to be 3 blocks high. Next, you want to place down 3 signs on the wall in these exact positions right here, so that afterwards you can place a lava bucket in the corner, and the signs will prevent the lava from flowing out. In the opposite corner, you then want to place a water bucket, but don't place it against the wall because it's going to flow out or something. Put it on the floor instead. You're now going to have a water flow that looks like this. This one block without water on it, you want to delete that and also the one next to it, because this is where we put our collection system. Place a chest in this position right here from the outside so you can open and close it, and then from the inside, you want to make a hopper pointing into that chest. This is where we're later going to have our loot. Now, as our next step, we want to go back into the bottom room and place down 5 beds inside of here. In addition, also place down 1 or 2 torches just to have a little bit of light, and very important, to spawn-proof the area inside of this room, you now want to cover the entire remaining area of the floor in this room with carpet. I actually decided to put a glass window in on the side here, just so that we can later look into the farm and see what's going on, but for your own world, you don't have to do that. And now, we have already reached the final step. All we need to do now is bring in 5 villagers. The, in my opinion, best way to do so is to take 5 boats, go to a nearby village, and trap the villagers inside the boats. You can then attach a lead to the boat and just pull them towards your farm. Once you have all 5 boats placed in front of the entrance of the farm, you're now going to get the villagers in with this simple trick. Wait until nightfall, and then simply delete the boats. Because it is nighttime, the villagers will automatically run in to be able to sleep in the beds. Oh yeah, and just in case they get stuck and can't move in like you see right here, then that's likely because of the carpets. Just remove 1 or 2 at the door for a moment so that the villagers can come in. And once all 5 are inside, you can go and close up the farm. While this is the simplest and the easiest way that you could possibly ever make an iron farm, there is a bit of a problem. And that is that the rates here are unfortunately not as high as they could be if we compare it to a standard iron farm with a zombie. So, before we end the video, let me also show you how you can super easily transform this beginner farm into a zombie-driven version without having to change all too much. First of all, for the zombie version of this farm, we actually don't need 5 villagers, just 3. So, if you want to, you can go inside your room and make it a bit smaller with only 3 beds and a 3 by 3 layout. If you just keep it with the 5 though, it's also no problem. Next, on the opposite side of the farm, the side where the beds aren't, you want to add another little room like this. The only important thing to note here is that the roof of this room needs to be made with bottom slabs so that nothing can spawn on top of it, and also you need to make a little door like this leading into the villager room. Up next, we want to catch our zombie. The easiest way to do this would be to bring a boat and then wait until a zombie follows you at nighttime. While you're running away, just place the boat in front of him, and then he will get stuck in it. All you need to do now is attach a lead to the boat and then pull the boat into the quote-unquote zombie room that we just built, while you yourself are gonna run through the door. This way, the boat is gonna get stuck near to the door, and if it is in this position that you see right here, you can go and take the lead off. We're now just gonna leave the boat with the zombie here forever. However though, to make sure that no villager can get close to the zombie, we now want to place a trapdoor at the top part of the door like this. Then we go out of the farm, close up the zombie room, but we're gonna make a 1-block hole into the wall right here. Through this hole then, we're gonna place a lever against the wall with which we can then flap open and close the trapdoor. This is very important. Now, also here, if you haven't already, now would be the time to get 3 villagers into their bedroom. Just in order for this to work, make sure that the trapdoor is flapped down so that the villagers can't see the zombie. Otherwise, they would just not go into there. The way that this farm works now is, when you switch the lever and flap the door up, then the villagers will see the zombie and start panicking. Panicking villagers spawn an iron golem once every 30 seconds, however, they do need to be able to sleep every 20 minutes. So what you need to do is, once in a while just flick the lever, make the trapdoor go down so that the villagers don't see the zombie anymore, which means they can go to bed and the farm continues working. Later on in your playthrough, you can also go into the Nether and build a daylight sensor to automate this whole process. But hey, we're talking about a day 1 farm here, so for beginners, the lever works just fine. And now, also check out my super easy gold farm right here. See you next time, and until then, craft well.